Before going into this video, we heartily welcome you all into e-Gurukulam for IAS. Let's start. In this video we will see about desert landforms formed due to wind deposition. Deserts landforms by wind deposition. Materials eroded and transported by winds must come to rest somewhere. The finest dust travels enormous distances in the air, sometimes as long as 2,300 miles before they settle down. As wind-borne materials are shifted according to their coarseness, it can be expected that the coarser sands will be too heavy to be blown out of desert limits. They remain as dunes or other depositional landforms within desert themselves. Dunes. Dunes are, in fact, hills of sand formed by the accumulation of sand and shaped by the movement of winds. They may be active or live dunes, constantly on the move, or inactive fixed dunes, rooted with vegetation. Dunes are most well represented in the Arc Desert, where a sea of sand is being continuously moved, reshaped, and redeposited into a variety of features. Two most common types of dunes are Barton and Scifes. Barton. These are crescentic or moon-shaped dunes that occur individually or in groups. They are live dunes that advance steadily before winds that come from a particular prevailing direction. They are most prevalent in the deserts of Turkestan and in the Sahara. Bartons are initiated probably by a chance accumulation of sand at an obstacle, such as a patch of grass or a heap of rocks. They occur transversely to the wind, so that their horns thin out and become lower in the direction of the wind due to the reduced frictional retardation of the winds around the edges. The windward side is convex and gently sloping, while the leeward side, being sheltered, is concave and steeps, the slip face. The crest of the sand dune moves forward as more sand is accumulated by the prevailing wind. The sand is driven up the windward side and, on reaching the crest, slips down the leeward side so that the dune advances. The migration of the Bartons may be a threat to desert life, for they may encroach on an oasis burying palm trees or houses. Under the action of winds, Bartons take a chaotic changing pattern. Several Bartons may coalesce into a line of irregular ridges, ever-changing with the direction of the winds. Scifes or longitudinal dunes. They are long, narrow ridges of sand, often over 100 miles long, lying parallel to the direction of the prevailing winds. The crestline of the Scife rises and falls in alternate peaks and saddles in regular successions like the teeth of a monstrous saw. The dominant winds blow straight along the corridor between the lines of dunes so that they are swept clear of sand and remain smooth. The eddies that are set up blow towards the sides of the corridor and, having less power, drop the sand to form the dunes. In this manner, the prevailing winds increase the length of the dunes into tapering linear ridges, while the occasional crosswinds tend to increase their height and width. Lois. The fine dust blown beyond the desert limits is deposited on neighboring lands as loess. It is a yellow, friable material and is usually very fertile. Loess is in fact fine loam, rich in lime, very coherent, and extremely porous. Water sinks in readily so that the surface is always dry. Streams have cut deep valleys through the thick mantle of soft loess, and badland topography may develop. It is so soft that roads constructed through a loess region soon sink, and their walls rise steeply. The most extensive deposit of loess is found in northwest China in the Loess Plateau of the Huang-Ho Basin. That's all for this video. Meet you in next video discussing about landforms in desert due to water action. Thank you. Like and subscribe to e-Gurukulam for IAS.